Hi YouTube. I'm kind of lowering this down because the glare outside is interrupting my broadcast or recording. So I want to expand on what Bashar. A lot of you don't know who Bashar is. Apparently he's a spirit that's been channeled through this person by the name of Darrow XYZ. I'm a big fan because there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of positive energy in there you could take. You may or may not believe some, or might not be in accordance with all of those information, but there are positive information that you can take out. And what I noticed, one of the concepts he talked about was the rubber band effect. You know, pulling one side expands and projects towards the other side, which is very much aligned with the idea of the yin and yang. In projecting love onto other people, which is your yang, you end up allowing other people headway to love you. Say, on towards the other side, you see how it alternates the yin and the yang. To love others is for them to love you. And it makes absolute sense when you think about how in building love of other people for you, you increase the yang back to the other side of other people, to the universe, spreading and conspiring in ways to bring you love and to show you love. Kind of like the concept of first, I can imagine going back in hindsight and to the time that before I struck a lot of money in certain areas of my life, like prior to high school or immediately after college, or even 5 years after college, and these are an abundance of wealth that I have had experienced. Again, it's wealth relative to what you see or feel as being a lot of money. But what I noticed is that prior to any of those monetary gain, I noticed myself being very giving to other people, and it was something that wasn't, I master planned it. It was something that I inherited as a product of the environment. That's how my parents raised me, or whatever the circumstance or the dynamics was. I was very freely giving to other people, and maybe I didn't have that concept of responsibility, paying for my bills or whatnot. But I noticed that I was giving to others freely, because of that flexibility that my parents enabled in me. Sure, they might not have liked the fact that I gave away money, but it was something that my brother and I did regularly. And again, it was just the dynamics. I'm not saying that we were born holy. No stretch of the imagination. It's possible, but I'm not saying that we did or were brought up that way. But going back to that again, when we freely gave other people money, for whatever reason, I noticed myself just being rewarded with more money to give people more money. During the time that I end up becoming self-absorbed with the idea of having a lot of money, I eventually shifted to one perspective or another side, which I would imagine accompanied the yang at the other end of the spectrum, or the yin at the other end of the spectrum. And then I noticed myself losing that idea of giving to other people. And now I'm back to that idea of formulating self, adding to self. And so I was less likely to give to people, and I came up with concepts or ideologies or philosophies giving money is not helping other people. It's for whatever reason that was in my head, and now that you desire money to pay rent or whatnot. So the idea is that when you give up money to other people, you're going to get back that in return. When you show love to people, you're going to get back that in return. And when you do things for people, you are going to get that back in return. Okay? But in order for you to get to that level or that step even, you must utilize that concept and apply it to yourself. For you to love yourself, to love other people, you have to be able to start with you. But you don't start with the stuff that you already love, because that doesn't make any sense, right? You're not now, and also you're not doing this at the expense of other things. When you continually embrace the uglies, what you perceive as your uglies, and we're all unique in that sense that we all carry different variations of uglies or different magnitude of uglies, but we still do to an extent. And if you don't, that's good for you, and I commend that. And even I am working on mine. But when you embrace that, that open up doors, and doors, many doors for you, for other people to embrace you. Okay? And that's the way the yin and yang work. It's the alternating thrust. Okay? Kind of like when you put things into a spiral motion, they just tend to travel faster. And electrical engineers, they know that and understand this electrical concept. Okay? And I appreciate that. I appreciate you listening, and I hope this go to serve my memory in the future should I be derailed of any sort from positive energy, and I like to be reminded, and I hope to use this as a future reminder for myself and other people. And thank you again for listening, and please rate it a 5 if you find it healthy, and get this message to people when you can. Thank you. Bye-bye.